Today, we'll delve into the fascinating journey of Christopher Columbus, the Italian explorer who forever changed the course of history. Let's set sail. In the late 15th century, Europe was abuzz with the spirit of exploration. Leaders sought new trade routes, wealth, and undiscovered lands. Enter Christopher Columbus, a determined sailor with a bold idea. In 1492, Columbus embarked on his first voyage from Spain. His goal? To find a direct water route to Asia, especially to India, by sailing west across the Atlantic. But instead of reaching India, he stumbled upon something extraordinary. On 12 October 1492, after weeks at sea, Columbus and his crew made landfall in the Bahamas. The island, known as Guacanagari to the indigenous Lucayan people, became the first European contact with the Americas. Columbus' voyages inaugurated the age of discovery. They led to colonization, biological exchanges, and transatlantic trade. The New World was no longer a mystery, and the modern era began. Christopher Columbus' encounters with indigenous leaders during his voyages were pivotal moments in history. Let's delve into some of these interactions. Guacanagari, Bahamas. On his first voyage in 1492, Columbus and his crew landed on the island of Guacanagari, now believed to be San Salvador in the Bahamas. Guacanagari, a local Taino chief, welcomed Columbus and his crew. The two exchanged gifts and established a friendly relationship. However, tensions arose later when Columbus' crew members mistreated the indigenous people, leading to strained relations. Chief Guacanagari's help. When Columbus' flagship, the Santa Maria, ran aground, Guacanagari assisted by providing wood and support to build a fort called La Navidad. Columbus left some crew members behind at La Navidad and promised to return. Unfortunately, when he did return, he found the fort destroyed and the crew members killed. Caonabo, Hispaniola. In 1493, Columbus established a settlement on Hispaniola, present-day Dominican Republic and Haiti. Caonabo, another indigenous leader, initially resisted the Spanish presence. He saw them as invaders and fought against their colonization efforts. Columbus captured Caonabo and sent him to Spain as a prisoner. Anacaona, Hispaniola. Anacaona, a Taino queen and sister of Chief Bohequio, played a significant role in the early interactions with the Spanish. She welcomed Columbus and his crew, hosting feasts and cultural exchanges. Anacaona was known for her grace and diplomacy. Sadly, her fate took a tragic turn. After resisting Spanish rule, she was executed by hanging in 1503. Hatuey, Cuba. Hatuey, a Taino chief from Cuba, fiercely opposed Spanish colonization. He warned other indigenous leaders about the brutality of the newcomers. When captured by the Spanish, Hatuey was burned at the stake. His defiance and courage made him a symbol of resistance against European conquest. Legacy and reflection. These encounters highlight the complexities of cultural exchange, power dynamics, and clashes between civilizations. Columbus' interactions with indigenous leaders shaped the course of history, leaving lasting impacts on both sides. Remember that these accounts come from historical records, and interpretations may vary. Columbus' encounters with indigenous leaders reveal the intricate web of human interactions during a pivotal era of exploration and conquest. Globe showing Europe-Africa Hub. Note, the information provided is based on historical sources and scholarly research. While Christopher Columbus is celebrated for his voyages and the opening of the New World, there are several controversies associated with his legacy. Let's explore some of them. Treatment of indigenous peoples. Columbus' interactions with the indigenous people he encountered were often brutal. He enslaved many of them and subjected them to forced labor, violence, and disease. His actions contributed to the decimation of native populations in the Caribbean and beyond. Misunderstanding geography. Contrary to popular belief, Columbus did not prove that the earth was round. By his time, most educated people already accepted the earth's spherical shape. However, he underestimated the earth's circumference, leading him to believe that he could reach Asia by sailing west. Instead, he stumbled upon the Americas. Legacy of colonization. Columbus' voyages paved the way for European colonization of the Americas. While this brought cultural exchange, it also led to the displacement and suffering of indigenous communities. The impact of colonization on native cultures, languages, and traditions remains a contentious issue. Controversy over his motives. Some argue that Columbus' primary motivation was not exploration but personal gain. He sought wealth, fame, and titles from the Spanish monarchy. His quest for gold and riches overshadowed any noble intentions he may have had. Historical revisionism. Over time, Columbus has been both glorified and vilified. Some view him as a hero who connects to worlds, while others see him as a symbol of oppression. Debates continue about how to accurately portray his legacy in history books and public discourse. Remember, history is complex, and Columbus' story is no exception. It's essential to consider multiple perspectives when discussing his impact on the world. Do subscribe to our channel Iniyatamilamirtham.